Hey, this is Wookie from Mandala Studios. Welcome to the workshop. This is part 5 of making a latex fishing mask painting. So to start with, we're going to spray a base layer of tinted latex over the whole mask. To do this, we just mixed up a pale grey acrylic paint into some latex and spray it over the whole surface from our big spray gun in the spray booth. We need to get a thin, even layer over the whole surface with a bit of extra thickness on the foam accents in the barbels and the fins, but not too heavy on the fabric parts of the fins because I want to maintain some holes and gaps in those to get that ephemeral look. Bit of extra around the seam as well, just to make sure that's completely sealed down onto the balaclava, and that gives you a nice basic colour to work from. We often use greys and whites for this, just to give us a nice handy base colour, but any colour works. Then once that's dry, we're going to apply an ink wash over the surface. So to do that, we're going to mix up some blue acrylic FW ink with a little bit of IPA, a few drops of ink to a squirt of IPA from the big tub, and we put that in a little tub, give it a quick shake to mix it all together, and we're going to apply that over the whole surface of the mask using a soft mop brush. You'll see the ink already starting to dwell down into the details of the sculpture, which is the look we're going for, and we're left this quite a thick wash because we wanted to add some tint over the entire surface. This will be removed a bit with the rub out, but we just wanted to add that blue to the white surface we already had. We could have done this by adding some blue ink into the latex we sprayed, but this seemed like the way to do it today. Now, while that ink's still quite wet, we're going to do a rub off, and to do that we're just going to get a bit of cloth or paper towel, add some IPA to it and just rub it roughly over the surface, being a little bit aggressive. Just take off the high points of the ink off the mask, but still maintaining the tinted colour. I've got an awful camera angle here, so you're going to have to wait a minute to see the result, but all in all it's just to create highlights and shadows without too much effort. So once that's dry, we're going to move on to the airbrushing. So for this we're going to go for a very high contrast look, so we're going straight in with some black. Start off with around the eyes. We tend to use black around the eyes a lot because it helps the wearer blend it in with some easy black around the eye makeup. We're just feathering that out to the edge slightly, blending it in up and over the details around the eyes. Again, just darkening around the mouth a bit just to help with that makeup transition as well. Then onto the back of the head, we're putting some tiger stripes on the back of the head here. This will help draw the eye away from the seam of the latex onto the balaclava. And then we're going up onto the crest, where we're going to go along the spines in the fin to really create a high contrast dramatic look there. You can see that looks really striking. So once we've got that all done, we need to move on to the face. Now the face we wanted a little more subtle than the back of the head, so we're just thinning down our black ink with some IPA, and we're just going to use that to do the same as we did before, just to hit those creases and get the details showing up. But because we've thinned it down, it'll be a little less opaque, so it'll just be a little more subtle to the eye, which should hopefully match the look of the reference picture a bit. Then looking at that, I decided at this point that it was a bit too monochromatic, so we're just putting in some stark blue ink, and we're going to use that to just take the black out and replace it with some solid blue so that it looks more fishy and like the reference, which has a more blue tint to it. And there we go, that's kind of it. Just touch that, dab it down a bit in a few places, and we're good. Thanks very much for watching, hope you come back again next time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you very much.